Nicola Peltz and Brooklyn Beckham's wedding was meant to be a fairy tale affair, but behind the scenes, it quickly turned into a drama-filled nightmare. And trust me, the chaos started almost immediately.
It's really rough.
Just 9 days into planning, Nicola and Brooklyn sacked their first wedding planning company. The planners had been brought in just 6 weeks ahead of the ceremony, but were quickly let go. Why? Apparently, Nicola noticed errors on the guest list and described the planners' work as woeful incompetence. That abrupt exit didn't end things quietly. It sparked a full-blown lawsuit.
You didn't get along.
Here's the twist. Nicola's father, billionaire Nicola Peltz, sued the wedding planners, Nicole Bragin and Ariana Grijalba, claiming he never got back a $159,000 deposit. According to the lawsuit, the couple's high-profile status and guest list meant the planners had to have serious expertise to pull it off. And when they didn't, well, Nelson's lawyers weren't shy about pointing fingers.
Yeah, that's true.
So, how bad was it? The legal documents revealed group chat messages between Nelson, Nicola, her mom Claudia, Brooklyn, and the planners. And wow, they read like something straight out of a reality show. Nicola vented repeatedly about mistakes. At one point, she wrote, "Tired of catching mistakes," after F1 star Lewis Hamilton reportedly declined the invite, but stayed on the list anyway.
You have to be prepared. We were not prepared.
Nicola's frustration only escalated. In another message, Nicola reportedly pleaded, "I don't want it to be so complicated. I just want a list, please." She then doubled down, writing, "I've repeated myself a lot. I don't want an app or Google Doc, just a text or email. Simple, old school. That's the way my mom and I like it."
It definitely takes a toll on you mentally.
Floral arrangements weren't safe either. Nicola complained the flowers weren't white enough, pointing out that some roses were cream instead of the pure white she wanted. Even Brooklyn wasn't exempt. While discussing the Beckham side of the guest list, Nicola reportedly cut in and said, "I do not trust Brooklyn with this. He has no idea and is guessing." And Victoria Beckham? Nicola reportedly insisted that the planners keep her in the dark about any mistakes.
Yeah, it was a beautiful wedding, and as a mother, to see my son so happy means so much. What more can you ask for?
Of course, the planners fought back. They countersued Nicola Peltz for breach of contract, asking for $50,000 in legal costs. They described him as acting like a billionaire bully, frustrated with the chaotic planning. At one point, Nelson allegedly wanted to cancel the wedding, but Claudia begged him not to, warning it could destroy Nicola's career. The whole saga became public fodder, painting Nicola as a nightmare bride in a documentary about the dispute. Gossip editor Chris Lockery described the wedding as total carnage, and the experience as a group chat from hell. Celebrity wedding planner Mark Nimirko added that the planners who were later sued had actually stepped in after an earlier planner, Preston Bailey, pulled out. According to Nimirko, they were handed a hot mess, while he described Nicola as very, very insecure individual who is insecure of their career. Brooklyn alleges that Victoria Beckham was supposed to design Nicola's wedding dress, only to cancel at the last minute, leaving Nicola scrambling to find something else. But publicly available details tell a different story. Nicola ultimately wore custom Valentino haute couture in April 2022, and according to Vogue, the gown took more than a year to create, with multiple fittings and trips to Rome. Her stylist even called it the ultimate couture experience. That timeline doesn't quite line up with Brooklyn's version, and that contradiction has people asking, who's telling the truth here? But the wedding drama doesn't stop there. Brooklyn also claims that weeks before the ceremony, his parents pressured him to sign away the rights to his name, something he says would have affected not just him, but Nicola and their future children. They were adamant on me signing before my wedding date because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they have never treated me the same since, Brooklyn wrote. Then there are the moments he says happened behind the scenes. Brooklyn alleges that the night before the wedding, members of his family said Nicola was not blood and not family. He also claims that once he started standing up for himself, attacks followed, privately and publicly, including alleged social media pressure from his brothers before communication suddenly stopped altogether. And then there's the incident that shocked a lot of people reading his post. Brooklyn claims that during what was supposed to be his first dance with Nicola, the moment was taken over. According to him, Mark Anthony called him to the stage, where his mother was waiting instead, and the planned romantic dance turned into something entirely different. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone, Brooklyn wrote. He added that he had never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in his entire life. He says those experiences were painful enough that he and Nicola later chose to renew their vows, simply to create memories that felt joyful rather than stressful.
Brooklyn's truly like my best friend.
In the months following the event, Peltz and her mother-in-law's social media relationship was described as rather frosty. A source told Page 6 that the women can't stand each other and don't talk. The insider added that the build-up to the wedding was horrendous because Nicola didn't want Posh Spice to participate in any of the planning, so she wouldn't tell Victoria anything, and communication was minimal. According to this source, there was non-stop petty drama to the point where it also came between the Beckhams and their son. The family also disliked the fact that Nicola was called the new Mrs. Beckham by Tatler magazine. At the time, insiders suspected that Nicola was jealous of all the attention Victoria gets, especially around her wedding day. Brooklyn also describes ongoing tension afterward, including attempts to reconcile. He says they traveled to London for David's 50th birthday, only to be left waiting for days, and that the only meeting offered came with one condition: Nicola couldn't be there. He says that was a turning point.
We have each other, we have each other's back more than anything.
In his words, brand Beckham comes before everything else. Brooklyn claims public appearances, posts, and image matter more than private relationships, and that support is measured by how well you fit into the family's public narrative. He also pushes back hard against the idea that Nicola controls him, calling that story completely backwards. In fact, he says stepping away from his family has improved his mental health. Brooklyn shares that anxiety he's lived with since childhood has eased, and that for the first time he feels peace.
I've always wanted to be a young dad. It's like been my dream. I would love to have a family soon, but whenever my wife is ready.
Then, the very next day, David Beckham weighed in on CNBC. Not directly, but in a way that many felt spoke volumes.
But I've always spoke about, social media and the power of social media, for the good and for the bad. They make mistakes. Children are allowed to make mistakes. That's how they learn. So that's what I try to teach my kids. But, you have to sometimes let them make those mistakes as well.
And just weeks before all of this, fans noticed David and Victoria weren't following Brooklyn on Instagram. Speculation spiraled until Cruz Beckham stepped in, saying his parents didn't unfollow Brooklyn at all. According to Cruz, they were blocked, just like he was.
All the kids are amazing. I mean, they're really good kids.
So what do you make of all of this drama? Which side are you leaning toward? And do you think reconciliation is still possible or has too much happened?